See what nonsense is in store for today.
Across the country, wages for workers are up. Black wealth is up record 60% since the pandemic. So many of you, look, and by the way, I mean this sincere from the bottom of my heart, we're just getting started.
The early morning sun reveals a familiar sight today here in Lukeville, Arizona. 500 people have crossed illegally through a breach in the border wall. Hundreds of them then marched to a Border Patrol processing area. Some taking selfies to show their arrival in the U.S. CBP sources tell Fox News 190,000 migrants have been encountered at the southern border since December began. That's an average of 10,000 every day this month, and they're coming from around the globe. Where are you guys from?
India.
India. Everybody here from India?
Yeah, India.
Where do you guys want to go in the United States? What city?
California.
California? California? Everybody here California? New Jersey. Seattle. New York. In Eagle Pass, Border Patrol agents remain overwhelmed. They report that roughly 10,000 illegal immigrants crossed there since Saturday.
It's not normal.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
The faces and the
We're doing it by building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. Not a whole lot trickle down on my dad's kitchen table when the top down economy. But when you when you increase the middle class, the poor have a shot and the wealthy still do very well. The middle class does well and we all do well. That's what we call Bidenomics.
You know, every election cycle we talk about this is the most election of our lifetime. Lawrence, this one is. We are literally talking about people who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are intent and purposeful to attack fundamental freedoms, be it the freedom to make a decision about your own body, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be free from fear of violence and hate, the freedom to just be,
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
All the holiday cheer comes with a price tag.
We know a lot of people like to spend money decorating their homes for the holiday season. This year, if you do the basics, it's going to cost around $240, $250. Here's the breakdown. The tree alone is around $87. We know people spend a lot more than that. Supplies, we're talking about wrapping paper, firewood, etc., around $69, $70. Food, now these are the basics. Milk and cookies for Santa, of course, but the gingerbread house, the ham, the things you might want to have around the holiday celebration, around $47. And then decorations. We're talking about your lights. We're talking about the things you put on your trees. These things will cost you around $35.
I went to the Supreme Court to eliminate student debt that was out there. And guess what? Supreme Court ruled against it, but I still got 136 million people's debt relieved.
I understand you don't want to negotiate from the podium, but can you tell the American people if there's any immigration policy that this White House is willing to talk about and is working on with Republicans?
So I want to be really careful as negotiations happen. We don't want to do this in the public, right? It does not help the process. And so we want to make sure that those negotiations are happening. Obviously, we're part of those negotiations with the senators. We think it's going in the right direction. We want to make sure that we get to a bipartisan agreement. It's incredibly important. The president understands. He understands that we have to fix this immigration system. It has been broken for decades now. And so we have to do everything that we can to fix that system. And so we're going to have those conversations. And you're right, it's not just about funding. It's also about policy discussions that they're having. And so don't want to get ahead of it. And let's not forget, this is a president that has had these types of negotiation, or been part of these types of, his team certainly has been part of these types of negotiation. Negotiations for some in different subjects and legislation. So that has happened for the last two almost 3 years, and they've been successful. So we're going to continue to do that and stay steadfast on that.
Why?